How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to episode 18 of Free Thoughts from Freedom Chiropractic and Rehab. Thanks for joining us. This week's quote of the week comes from Thich Nhat Hanh, and he said, "There is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way." I want you to think about our society, especially here in America, right? We all have a tendency to want the next thing, right? Whether we're talking about, I want the next vacation, or the next sweater at the store, or a new car, or whatever the case may be. We always seem to want the next thing and assume that that next thing will bring us happiness. It typically does for a short period of time. But that happiness too will wear off. And then we look to replace that sense of happiness with the next thing. When in reality, what we should do is stop, be grateful for the things that we have, and be happy because of those things. We have so much to be thankful for in this country that other people in this world don't have. So stop. Look at what you already have and be grateful for that. That alone should bring you happiness. Okay, let's talk about health. This week I want to tell you a story. This spring we signed my oldest daughter up for a rec basketball league. The intention of this league was for the girls to keep a ball in their hands in the off season and just to have some fun. They weren't taking it too competitively, they were just there to enjoy themselves and to play together. This week, our girls faced off against a team that they had played earlier in the season. When they played that team earlier in the season, they won fairly handily, but this week was a little different. We were missing a couple of girls, but when the game started, the other team went on a quick run, and they got a lead. The other team was very happy with the lead they had. I think at one point they were winning 11-4 or something along those lines. And our girls were a little concerned, right? And understandably so, because they had won against this team before. But again, they reminded themselves that they were there to have fun. They would turn the ball over and they would laugh. They would, miss a shot and they would laugh. But in the end, they knew that they were there to just have fun. The other team, when they were winning 11-4, was also having fun. I think they were surprised that they were able to get the lead that they got that early. But over time, our girls having fun started to figure out how to play together, and they managed to take the lead back. In doing so, they had more joy on their faces and cared less about the turnovers and missed shots, but they were just there to have fun. The other team, unfortunately, when they lost the lead, started to crumble. They didn't find joy in the game anymore. The girls were upset with each other. They were upset with the coaches. They were upset with the referees. It just wasn't fun for them, right? The difference is when we're happy and having fun, the world is a better place. When we're not having fun and we're not finding the joy, we tend to struggle, right? So we need to make sure that we take time to pause and be grateful for the things that we have. This little story is just one anecdote, right? When the girls on the other team were winning, they were happy. When they were losing, they were not happy. Our girls found the joy the whole way. They were having fun, they were laughing, and what they did in the end was they used that joy to propel them to a win. But they never stopped being happy. Happiness is a choice. We get to choose to be happy or choose not to. It's not something we seek out. It's something we choose. So every morning when you wake up, choose. I start every day with 3 things that I'm grateful for. 3 things, that's it. And it can be as simple as I'm grateful for the quiet in the morning. I'm grateful for a cup of coffee. I'm grateful for the roof over my head. It can be anything. It could even be the thing that someone did to help you out yesterday. So every morning, I challenge you, start with 3 simple things that you are grateful for. You don't have to write it down or anything like that. You don't have to say it out loud. Just think it to yourself. If you say it out loud, it's even better. But at least think it to yourself. Now it's time for some good news. We've talked a lot about happiness in this week's episode. Did you know that there's an International Happiness Day? It's on March 20th, so mark your calendars for next year. But on March 20th this year, they released the World Happiness Report. The World Happiness Report was an international survey that was sent across the world, and they used that to compile the data. In that survey, they found that 70% of the respondents performed at least one act of kindness in the last 30 days. That could be a donation of time, a donation of money, or just simply helping a stranger on the street. What's really important to understand about that is each one of those acts of kindness benefits not just the person who's receiving the kindness, but also benefits the person who's providing the kindness. Think about it. When you help someone, you feel better too. That person feels better because you helped them, but you feel better because you were able to help someone else. They actually found in this survey that acts of generosity, so these acts of kindness that we're talking about, they were more impactful and better predictor of happiness than your salary, than having a higher salary. So for years we've always wondered whether money equaled happiness. It certainly doesn't. Kindness equals happiness. So go out there, find opportunities where you can help your neighbors, whether it's with time or money or just simple acts of service.